You know what? You can go ahead and you can sit here and you try to make me sound like an idiot. But
you are an idiot. It's not too difficult to do. What do you do for a living, big man? See, you're a child, so you don't understand what I'm saying. Yeah, all right, take a walk. Don't call my show. Your cowardice is so overwhelming that it weakens the audience's ears. They don't need you. Never call the show. Never. I don't ever want you to call the show. I only want you to call liberals. That's where you belong, with the other pacifist worms in America. Okay? Now we'll go back to the other callers who may have bigger brains than what part of that don't you understand? What part of that can't you compute? What part of that can't you understand?
America,
you see, you just jumped. It just shows you how drug-addled your mind is or how brainwashed you are. Can you name one thing he has written that you remember? Name one line he's written that you can remember. Oh, that's brilliant. That's as good as ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. That is so literate. How come he hasn't won a Nobel Prize for it? It's such genius right there. That's as brilliant as liberalism is a mental disorder. You're a teacher. My God, no wonder the children don't know what they're talking about. No, they don't. Not with teachers like you who don't even know what an FBI agent does. A teacher like you should pass a loyalty oath. You shouldn't even be qualified to be a dog catcher. I wouldn't trust you in a pound with dogs, let alone in a schoolroom with children. Oh, I'm a racist. I'm a racist. What, for saying that we don't owe them free medical care? Where's the racism in that, Crystal? Wait a minute. What does Chinese have to do with this? We're talking primarily about illegal aliens. No one mentioned China except you. Are you sure you're not a racist? Well, I think you're a pacifist. You're the type of man who that if a gangbanger came to your door to rape your wife, you'd say, come on in. You don't know anything because you're an ignorant woman. But the unfortunate reality is you live in a free country and you can actually get on the airwaves and make an idiot of yourself. Get out. Take a walk. Don't ever call this show again. You lower the IQ of the listener. You work in sales? What do you sell, Michael? What company do you work for? Who built that company that you work for, Michael? You didn't build it. You talk like a schmuck who doesn't even know the first thing about capitalism. Well, I gave away more than you earned last year, okay, to charity. That's number one. Number two, did I take the money from you? The money that I earned, did I take it from you? Yeah, it's a pretty clear question. Well, no, you're wrong, Putz. Putz, you're wrong. What makes you such an expert on racism? What gives you the qualification to sit there in judgment on another man's racism, so-called? What have you done for an illegal alien recently? Tell me what you've done for one of them recently. Have you given them a free meal? What have you done for an illegal alien recently, Crystal? Oh, there she is, yeah. They sit there in their trailer park, tell me I'm a racist. I know how it got there. I know how it got there. It got there because it was spread by eating green monkey meat, my friend, if you study the science. But I don't think you have the capacity to understand science, my dear friend Kojo. Wait, why don't you just shut up for a minute? You're telling me that you know more about my country than I do, but I know nothing about your country? Who has the big mouth here, Kojo? See, we don't live in Africa where people settle arguments with machetes. We live in a country where we settle it with arguments, something you apparently don't know anything about. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue, my friend Kojo? See, there you go. Couldn't use the machete, so his mind went blank.
I think you're a racist cracker. You know why?
Well, thank you. Thank you for the compliment, Frank. And what would that make you? You didn't answer my question. Don't ask me another question. I'll ask you a question. It's my show. Don't try to scare me with your garbage. You're telling me that the model of Africa is what we should look forward to? That's what we should look forward to, is a rule like in Mugabe's country or in South Africa, the AIDS capital of the universe? Tell me where we should look to black leadership as an example of what the world should be following. No, Mr. Sir. No. You're doing what you're doing, which is trying to propose black supremacy. I'm asking you to show me one country on earth where black supremacists rule, where people have it better than in the United States of America. Can you do that, sir?
Why are you flipping the coin?
Why? Why? Because you bent the coin. I'm straightening the coin out. You gave me a twisted coin. You can't answer the question, so you're going around it. I'm asking you again. Show me one nation ruled by black people where the people have a better life than they do in the United States of America, or where black people who rule a nation rule it with any more equality than you find in America. Can you show me that nation, sir? Oh, I see. I knew that was underneath the surface. I knew that was underneath the surface. So you're going to allege that Islam is a more democratic force than the United States of America? Can you show me one Islamic nation where women have the equality that they have in the United States of America? Tell me how you people treat your women.
I just told you the nation Islam, not
The
one.
Nation of Islam. I asked you a question. Show me how women are treated in the Nation of Islam. Teach America why you have a superior treatment of women than America does.
First of all, you would never hear us on talk radio bashing women the way you white male.
Oh, you're twisting it again. You treat women like animals. You treat them like cattle.
Hey, Dr. Savage.
You put women in cloaks in order to cover them up because you're afraid of your women. You are afraid of your women because they're smarter than you. And the only power you have is the power over your women.
Now what are you?
The only power you have is the power to oppress your women.
Where are you getting those facts?
I'll be right back. No, I'm still here. I'm not going to waste my time with an ignoramus like him. That's all. Everyone caters. A guy calls, he's black, right away they're on their hands and knees. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, sir. I had enough of this garbage. I heard this before. He's a black supremacist, and he's a black Muslim supremacist, and they're never going to rule America. Never in a million years.
Mr. Savage, white rulership or white domination, which in truth stems from white supremacy, that day is over. And it's coming.
All right, let me see. I'll take your paranoid fantasy of black rule. Let me ask you something. Where on earth does black supremacy show equality for people?
You know what? You can go ahead and you can sit here and you try to make me sound like an idiot. But
You are an idiot. It's not too difficult to do. Yeah, all right, take a walk. Don't call my show. Your cowardice is so overwhelming that it weakens the audience's ears. They don't need you. Never call the show. Never. I don't ever want you to call the show. I only want you to call liberals. That's where you belong, with the other pacifist worms in America. Okay? Now we'll go back to the other callers who may have bigger brains than No, what would that make you coming up with a statement like that? A gentle, caring man? Now, let me ask you something. How many white men died freeing the slaves?
Huh?
You heard me. Don't give me a huh. How many white men died freeing the slaves?
Look, white men did.
No, you look. No, you look. Don't give me your double talk. I'm not going to listen to your jive. How many white men died? 400,000 to 600,000. That's the answer. Now, how many millions of dollars or trillions of dollars were spent on welfare? And what has that done for society? Nothing. And how many blacks got jobs they didn't deserve simply because of their skin color?
Of greed that they died in the Civil War.
Ah, come on, you're full of crap. Why don't you just do it on your own? What about people who weren't in the country during the time of slavery? They should pay too?
25 million slaves died on the cross.
That's an invented number by revisionist historians. You bought it lock, stock, and barrel from the Nation of Islam textbook. That's a lie. Look, Frank, you're an ignorant man filled with hatred, and I can't help you. You're off the air, that's it. I don't care if you love me or not. You ask me how I'm doing, you're off the air. The rules are going back to what I originally did on the radio. No more how you doing, ever. Don't ask me how I'm doing. I'm not Rush Limbaugh. And don't tell me it's a great honor to call me. I'm not Rush Limbaugh. I'm not an empty suit with an empty golf bag. I don't need you to tell me you love me. Ever. And don't ask me how I'm doing. You don't know me. Atlanta, Georgia. Mike on WSB. Go ahead, please.
He won in the
Hey, schmuck. Hey, schmuck. Schmuck. Schmuck, listen to me. I'm not your weak father. I'm Michael Savage. Let me tell you like it is, schmuck. Obama has passed 5 executive orders. He's jammed through $1 trillion spending bill. It doesn't matter whether it was done in 1 week or in 4 years. Don't tell me I have to wait 100 days. If I wait 100 days, there'll be no country left.
He's doing what he was elected to do.
He was not elected to rob the Treasury. Didn't this man say he would not appoint lobbyists? He said that 2 days ago.
The people are sick of not.
Wait a minute. Shut up. Shut your mouth. Do you understand that you are an idiot? You're the dupe that he wanted. You're the chinless wonders that elected him.
Good. Well, you know what? We're people who hate communists, so we're going to be here to bother you.
Are you
Who
right?
the hell are you? Who are you? You're nobody. You're garbage. You're street shit.
You shut your bigoted, ignorant yap. You're not talking to your ex-brother-in-law. You're talking to Michael Savage, putz. Get off my show. Go gargle with Rogaine, you little Hitler, you.
The police are innocent. Leave them the fuck alone.
Let them do their job.
Go back to Russia, you fucking asshole.
You would? You know what, my friend? Not only will you not get me off the air, my show has never been bigger. And it's going to get bigger and bigger. Do you know why? Because your man is a hypocrite. Your man is a fraud. And I am going to be not the last, but perhaps the first to continue this exposure of this fraud.